Hello, I'm Jacqueline Lovelock from Crafty So-and-so's Facebook page, and I hope in this video to take you from start to finish to make a lovely quilt especially designed for people that are beginning and have never quilted before, or are teaching a younger person how to quilt, that they could do this lovely runner for Valentine's Day. All templates, etc., or anything else you need to know is going to be in the description in the box underneath the video. Come and join us at Crafty So-and-so's.
The first thing we want to do is to cut two pieces from our main fabric, which are going to be 14 inches wide. That's the width of the table runner. And 10.5 inches from top to bottom. And we want two of those. Okay, and when we've cut them, put them to one side. Then I'd like you to take your light fabric, whatever you're using, and cut some 4-inch strips like this. So that's the light one. I've done it fabric width, 4-inch strips in the light and the medium, the main fabric. So we've got two of those. Alright. And then rather than, to make our 4 patch, rather than sew each individual square together, the quickest thing to do is to place one on top of another. Alright. And you can pin if you want, or not pin as you see fit. I don't bother pinning. I just lay them so they lay nice and flat on one another, and we're going to do a 1/4 inch seam all the way down one edge. If you have a 1/4 inch foot like this one that has a sidebar, then you know when you attach that to your foot, the sidebar you can use to guide the side of your fabric against to give you that 1/4 inch seam. I'm not going to use that because I prefer the setup that I normally use, which is a it's called an HP foot, so it's a high precision foot. Alright, but I am still going to use the outside of my fabric against the side of my foot. So I'll lower my foot. I'm going to change the stitch length to 2.2, and then I've got white cotton on the top and the bobbin. I tend to use a bit of a light sort of 50 weight cotton, so that there's not too much cotton in my seams when I come to iron them away. So making sure you've got both your fabrics meeting on the side, and you literally can just sew all the way down your fabric. I'm going to go a little faster than that myself. I'm running out of the white. So I'm just keeping them together as you can see, my white is going to run out. So I know it's going to run out down there. Cut my seam. Now I just want to iron this, and I'll iron it with the pink on the top, the darker on the top, and I'll iron it away so that the seam will be under the dark. So iron to the dark. I have a selvage to cut off, so it's just here on this end. So I'm just going to clear that and cut that away. Right, so now we want these blocks to be 4 inches together, 4 inches wide. So I'll put my ruler on and check that you're straight. Use your lines to check you're straight, and then you can start to cut. So there's the first one, and then I can cut another one from this strip, and then as you can see, if I turn it up the other way, there's our first 4 block. I'll go on and cut some more strips a minute. Can you see that 4 block? Yes, you can. Right. So I'll just cut some more. 4 inches. And I'm not going to get another one out of that, am I? So what have we got now? 5 blocks. Okay. So I'm going to use that in a minute for more to do with my strips. So let's bring these together for a moment. To make the block, we obviously want to put one down on top of the other. Now, if you do it this way round, the seams should nest here, and that means that the seams should go together, and as you can see, that one's facing that way and the one underneath is facing that way, so they are going to lock together, and you can feel them with your fingers and make sure that that is locked. And then I would suggest that you pin that seam, right? And what we're going to do then is do a 1/4 inch seam all the way down, and do that with all these blocks until we've got 4 patch. So let me just sew a few together, 1/4 inch seam, and make up some more from the strip sets. So I took that, where's that one? It's the bottom one. Take a top one. I've already sewn one, but I'll show you again. So I'm going to nest up that seam, okay, with my fingers. And I'm going to make them together and keep sewing. The 4 patch together. Making sure that that seam, if you're not very confident on this, then please pin it, okay? But these are nice big patches, so our top will come together quite quickly. You can, when you're going along, if you think, oh, I don't think that's right, open it up and double check the lie of it before you continue. And this is the last one. Oops. That way round. Your last one. And then, see, so now I've got 5 in a row, and I can snip them apart. And I'll just show you one for now. So there's my 4 patch we just made. I'm going to set the seams. That means just ironing that cotton, the seam that we just made. And then I'm going to pull it back quite gently, and I want the seams to face upwards. So there we are, set that seam. There. So that is one block. Now our quilt top, or table runner top, is going to be 2 wide. Yeah. So we're going to set that seam. Oops. Set that seam. And I'm going to roll that back. Oh, I don't know. Roll that back. And that's my next block. Okay. And then we are indeed, I can't remember, yeah, just it doesn't matter which way we do it, but we are then making sure that the, you know, opposites are in the middle. Yeah. We're going to roll that one over to there and nest this seam, and then sew 1/4 inch down there. So now I'm going to again set my seam over here on my ironing board and roll that back to the right, and that is the width of our table runner. So now we're just going to continue in that fashion with all the rest of the blocks, rest of the strips, okay, until we've got enough, and I'll tell you the number right now. So we're going to need 6 blocks that are 2 4 blocks wide, okay, or you could say 12 4 patches, or you could say 24 individual squares. Alright, but we're going to do them just 2 wide, and I want 6 sets for the length of the table runner. Okay, so now we've got all our 6 blocks like that, and what we want to do is to take one of them, and I hope you did remember to keep that the way you started. If it was a light one in the corner, that all the way along you've done that, okay, because it is easy to get turned around with these, but they need to be identical. So and bring the next block down, and then we're going to line up the centre seam and then line up the outside seam, and if you're bringing one down from the top to the bottom, they should lock in exactly the same way as we did for the full patch. Okay, so pin your seams together and then we can do 1/4 of an inch all the way down there and press it back. So we'll end up with 3 blocks like that, and then naturally we're going to sew the 3 units together. Alright, right, there we are. I'll just put some more light on it for you. Here's my finished quilt. So finished top from there, so it goes from there all the way down all our rows to there. So now the next thing we need to do is think about the 2 end blocks that we're going to put on.